Yeah, I'll wait for some of y'all to join up, man. Cause I don't even do post game shows. You already know how I am, man. I don't do those, but man, I'm a little perturbed by what I saw, man. God damn. All right, let me see if y'all join up here, and then I'm gonna talk about what we need to talk about. Let me see who in the comments. Hold on a second. God damn. I said, God damn. I gotta watch the Eagles game too, man. But hold on. Get some footage of Donovan Wilson too. This nut ass. Hold on. Yes, sir. What's up, Agent Nine, man? I'm mad as shit. And you know what somebody just said on Twitter, man? They said, how you more angry after a win than you were after last week's defeat? We were happy after last week's defeat, and we angry after today's win. I don't know what the hell that was, man. And I know for a fact I'm pissed off. I'm definitely pissed off. Uh Donovan Wilson is done, man. He gotta be done. A win is a win, but fuck that. Donovan Wilson gotta get off my team, man. He gotta get off the team. He got at least sit on the bench, man. Like this is last year's footage. I'm not even showing this year's footage, but while I'm talking, you'll see number 6 has been doing this since last year. He is a touchdown machine. He a touchdown machine, man. There you go, missing attack right there. Touchdown machine. Dono ain't it. And you could talk about Tolbert, but Tolbert made more plays than Dono. I saw him blocking. I saw Tolbert drop that one pass, but outside of that one pass he dropped, Tolbert was pretty consistent in this game. And that little bobble on the kickoff return too, he looked like he was nervous. But outside of that, Tolbert he made some plays. Dono made one play, that interception, and that don't save his goddamn job. There you go again. He not even a tackling machine like he used to be. But there you go again, getting ran through. Like Dono is not it for me no more, man. He not it. He not it. I'm pissed off after that game because I'm like, yo, all this talk, and we talk about like accountability, consistency, integrity. There go Dono again, burnt. He your safety, and you can run right by him. Like he don't got the top end speed no more, man. But they keep talking about accountability and how they need consistency, and they want to see that out of the young players. But what do you want to see out of these old players? What's up? Hold on a second. Let me make sure my mic is right because I sound like I'm wrong right now. Hold up. Everything right though. I don't get it. Yeah, roadcaster. Boom. All right. Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, I'm cool, but everything my voice sounds super echoey. But yeah, our safety play is ass, man, when it comes to Dono, man. Y'all said I'm good. Cool. I'm just gotta take it out my ear so I don't gotta hear it all day. But yeah, I'm done with Donovan Wilson, man. He was one of my favorite players on the team maybe 3 years ago after that playoff game against Tom Brady. He was still there. So I was giving him grace. And then last year in Zim scheme, I said, okay, he might not fit Zim scheme. I just tweeted that in the first half. I said he played much better in this scheme, and I said that as soon as I said it, it's like he heard it. But yeah, he started looking crazy, and he's like, "This is a dead year already. It's a dead year if our defense keep playing the way it just played. That's 100%. They can't stop the deep ball. You can't stop the deep ball. That's all we're gonna get tried every week now. Now that's either gonna help us because we know how teams are gonna try us, or it's gonna hurt us because if we can't stop it, that's a wrap. They go down again. You know what I mean? I don't know. He said, J Dog, what the fuck you talking? Oh, he ain't talking to me. I thought you was talking to me. Like, what I say? He said, what the fuck you talking about? Yeah, but no, I can't deal with Donovan Wilson no more, man. That game got on my nerves. Him and Diggs. Diggs was playing like he was retarded. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing? It's not even that difficult because it's not like I could see if they was flooding the zone and we was getting confused because of the way they flooded the zone. No one flooded shit. They just ran up the field right past you. It reminded me of back when Roy Williams was here at the end and Santana Moss was just running right past us and all that. I don't get it, man. That was some weird shit. Like, why y'all just letting guys run right past you? It's not even hard to figure out. It's like, okay, the release is only one man running in your zone. It's not another person crossing your face. So what are you confused about? I don't get it, man. I really don't get it. Defense I don't know what Diggs' issue is either, but on a couple of those plays, both Elam, like I wasn't mad at Elam at the end of the game. Elam was on hip pocket. He was where he's supposed to be. He's underneath. He's playing underneath coverage, and he's supposed to have help over the top. Dono is not supposed to be 3 yards behind both of you. He's supposed to be over top of y'all. So I wasn't mad at Elam on any of the plays that Elam gave up. I was not upset. Okay, I'm not upset with Elam at all. Not at all. Dono sucks. Even on Diggs, I think Diggs on certain plays was thinking he had help, didn't have any help. But either way, he may have been confused about the call, maybe. But the shit that we watched, for me, is just like, I can't do it. And I've been watching this, like I said, since last season. I've been watching Donovan Wilson suck in coverage. And now he sucks in coverage and versus the run. So to tell me that that's your team captain, to talk about, and I'm going to bring him up again because I know y'all think I'm his lawyer, but I'm going to say it. We've been saying, Mozzie's not good enough to get on the field, right? That means you have a certain standard that you're setting, right? So if we got a standard that he can't get on the field, not even to look, not even to look trash or to get a shot to see if he has anything. But the first run at Jay Toye was 24 yards. He was lucky that a wide receiver held on that play because they ran right through him too. So the consistency from the coaching staff when it comes to their standard don't even make no motherfucking sense, because if this is your standard where Donovan Wilson is playing good enough, you can't tell me he's playing good enough in practice to stay on the field. He's your team captain and he's good enough in practice to stay on the field, but this is what he's putting out here. Impossible, bro. Ain't no way you could tell me he played better than Wanye in any phase of the game. Wanye could cover man coverage, he could play zone, he could do anything you ask him to do. He could play nickel corner if you wanted him to. Now that Bland is out, Wanye is the guy, right? So why is Wanye not getting a shot? Because he's young too? Like, no, I don't fuck with none of these dudes, man. That's crazy. I really don't. Diggs, I give him his credit. Like, you just getting back. Maybe he confused. He didn't practice in training camp. They need to limit his snaps, maybe. And now Bland is out, so a lot of pressure is on him to get back healthy faster. That's the only excuse I'm giving Diggs. But Diggs has never been like a flat out, I'm just going to shut you down guy anyway. He's always trying to bait guys, and you can see him trying to bait Russell Wilson in this game, but it wasn't working consistently enough because he was just missing the mark. He kept diving and reaching for plays. Diggs can be corrected, but when you're going to play like that, if you're Diggs, you got to be able to trust that the guy behind you is going to erase whatever mistakes you make, and you cannot say that with Donovan Wilson. Anytime you got too high safety and they still throwing deep the whole fucking game, it don't make sense. Y'all playing soft coverage, meaning the ball's supposed to be thrown underneath. Why? Because y'all playing soft coverage. That means nothing's supposed to get behind you at all. That don't make no goddamn sense. It don't make no sense, man. God damn, that was bad. That was some of the worst defense I've ever seen the Cowboys play. And we've seen some bad defenses. Now, the run defense was cool. They played good run D. It was a close game the whole game. The running backs, Scatterboo did okay on those trick plays, but straight up runnings, just straight runs, they did okay. The pass D sucks. Kenneth Murray, hats off to you. He was all over the place making plays. I love Kenneth Murray. I think he had 3 tackles for loss in this game, but I'm going to keep my focus on Donovan Wilson, man. Y'all got to start hashing it. Like the way y'all went in on Tolbert last week, y'all need to call your boy AOC. I know he's going to do it anyway. I'm about to just make a truce with the motherfucker. Like, listen, man, if you want to start trends to get guys out the fucking league or off the team, let's leave 58 alone and let's focus on 6. Get him the fuck out of here, man. I need Donovan Wilson off this goddamn team or off the starting lineup. He is not a starting safety anymore. And he said Cowboys just signed Jadeveon Clowney. Yeah, they signed him because they need a pass rusher. They need more pass rush, and more run stop. But that ain't gonna save you. You need secondary plays. You need to go get Gilly. Go get Gilly back. We definitely need that. I liked what Reddy Stewart gave us, but Eberflus, man, it's either you or it's Dono. If you run Dono back out here and we continue to lose this way after watching, there's no way y'all didn't watch his film last year with Zim when y'all came to the team. You evaluated each player to see, like, what can I do with these motherfuckers, right? Well, tell me, what can you do with Donovan Wilson? You can't play him in space. In the box, he's a liability. He getting run over the most now. So in the box, he's a liability, and you can't play him in space, and he don't know what the fuck he's doing. So Why is he out there? If it was a rookie, you'd be like, he got to earn his way on the field, right? So why is he out there? He's not a rookie. He's a veteran, so he has no excuse to be making those mistakes. No, 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 no. I don't understand, man. I don't understand. I don't understand. But let me give y'all some shout outs in here because y'all jumped on here, man. I don't even do a post game show, so you know that's how mad I was. I said, fuck it, I'm going downstairs to talk. And I was supposed to be going down to the city. I said, I'm gonna go talk real quick. Agent 9, what's up, man? Neek. She said, what the fuck was that, Akoye? He said, you already know. Brandon Arbery, man, he the man. You gotta definitely give him. You need to take him to Vegas and just let him go for it, man. Just give him an unlimited budget and let him have a ball. Donald got to go, man. Yeah, y'all got to make it a trend though. Donovan, you need to make it so trending that no C, Owings, and every reporter is going to have to start asking about 6. You want the focal point on 6. Every reporter, you got to trend so much on Twitter that the reporters start asking questions, just the same way they were asking questions about Mozzie. They need to start asking questions like, why is Donovan Wilson your captain? Why is Donovan Wilson still starting after all this talk of being a meritocracy? And, I think Marquise Bell and Wanye Thomas. And if you really want to get for real, Izzy McQuamu is better than Donovan Wilson. So why are we acting like because he got a check that suddenly made him good? He is trash now. He's trash now. Trash. I can't deal with the bull. And I'm not the emotionalism guy. I usually don't even say shit. The reason I don't have a post-game show is because I know I'm going to be emotional and I should watch the all 22 before I open my mouth. So I know what's going on. But it's too many times seeing the same thing in the same game for me to say anything other than Donovan Wilson sucks. Too many times. To the point where the Giants just said, just throw at 6, wherever he at. Throw that bitch up there. Rainbow balls, moon balls, all kinds of balls. We remember, I ain't even gonna say it because I can't say it here, but remember Dust Till Dawn? He said, we got moon balls, we got dust balls. Yeah, he wasn't saying balls though, but you know what I mean. Damn, what a game. That was now on the flip side, you can't really talk about this offense anymore. And the reason being is Dak Prescott is playing at an elite level. And this offense is very balanced. So the reason we even won this game is because we have a balanced offense. I like what I saw out there. I think that CD, Ferg, Tolbert, those guys got to get a little bit better at corralling the goddamn football still. They're still dropping a little bit too much for me. In crucial moments, they're dropping passes. That's not cool. But Dak is playing right through it, no problem. I think Booker struggled a little bit against stunts. I was watching him struggle. He didn't struggle against head-up pass rush. Like, if he just came right at him, he has you. But stunts are all mental, and, it requires mental and your mental capacity and dexterity. So he kept getting caught on stunts, and that's what was creating A-gap pressure for Dak. But outside of that, the offensive line, still shit the bed a little bit too. But the offensive line played okay, right? They played good enough for Dak to stay upright long enough to make the plays he needed to make. And Dak did the rest. Javonte Williams. I even like Miles Sanders a little bit in this game, but Javonte Williams, I really was impressed by, man. He did a lot of things that reminded me of young Zeke. Not saying he's as good as Zeke was when he was young, but he plays balls to the wall. Like, I don't like it all the time though. Like that little the fake. He threw a fake to him. First he faked it to him, then threw it to him. On that play, Javonte, just go out of bounds, man. That's how you tore your ACL. It's 2 guys. This is how Zeke got off the team. When Zeke was balling his last season before he left and then came back, his knees were better, and he's playing Detroit. He tries to jump over a guy instead of go out of bounds, and he put his knee backwards, right? He bent his knee back. He hyperextended it. Javonte, learn when the play is dead and go the fuck out of bounds so we can have you late in the season. He ran straight through 2 people and just went down. Like, bro, stop doing this shit. He didn't hurt him. He runs like Scatterboo, though. Like, they just run right to contact. I like him, but I want to preserve him. You got to know when to hold him, when to fold him, right? This was a nasty game. Yep. We need to know how to win games like this, so I'm glad we won it, because this is what the playoffs is all about. It's like high stakes, no mistakes. You got to make those plays when they count, and having that experience creates ice in your veins. So we definitely needed that The kicker needed it. Everybody needed that, especially early in the season to start getting those type of wins. You need that. So, and 0-2 is like a graveyard almost. You don't want to go 0-3 because you know you ain't making the playoff. So we definitely needed this game. So I'm not upset at a win. A win is a win, but I am upset at the way our defense played. Um, I can't say that Eberflus is even doing anything necessarily wrong because he played them off and even more off and then more off. I'm like, y'all still letting people run behind? I mean, at the end of the day, it would be better if you just ran deep as soon as they snapped the ball and then tackle what was in front of you rather than trying to stop something underneath and letting something behind you. You would be much better off if you're Donovan Wilson doing that than just allowing guys to run right past you or waiting for them to eat up your cushion and then trying to chase as if you have top end speed. You don't got no speed. So why are you waiting so much to get out of your pedal? And why are you not pedaling? You should never be flat. And you man, let me put some more of his footage up here so y'all know what I'm talking about. I got a bunch of Donovan Wilson smoke footage. He been getting smoked since last season, man. This is crazy work. Let me see what I put up here. Donovan Wilson. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. There you go again. Boom. Every big play last season went at him. Defense is ass. Yeah, they ass if they keep playing like that. Tolbert and Dono isn't it. Shaking my head. I ain't mad at Tolbert. Cowboys secondary today was trash. What's up, Paul? John S. What's up, man? He said, "Who cares? Scripted, and we need Wanye." It probably was scripted. That was a dumpster fire that smelled like incense. Shouldn't have to score 40 points at home to beat the Giants. You damn sure shouldn't. Giants penalties, the real MVP today. Yeah, that kept us in the game early. They was who's 55? 55, what's his name? I don't know his name, but 55 sucks on the Giants line, man. This dude was a fucking penalty machine. He said, just getting off work, I'll watch the game when I get home. Oh, you'll still feel goosebumps watching that game, Paul, even watching the replay. He said, at least Wanye brings range. There is no at least with Wanye. Wanye can actually play. Like, he can ball. He said, not worried about Dak. He just put up 40. He said, I respect your take, but Tolbert needs to be more physical overall. Tolbert, that run, that long run by Javonte Williams, who sprung it? It was Tolbert. So he was physical on that play. He was blocking. Defense is Dallas's weakness. No, duh. Not coming at you, Justin. I'm just talking. Diggs just letting people run by. So is Donna. She said, nah, you good. Dak bailed out by Brando. He wasn't bailed out. He got Brando in range, didn't he? This is a dead year already. Man, you one of them. Throw Thomas out there. Yep, we on the same page. Texas T said trade Dono, Tolbert, Mozzie, and 3 for Jonathan Taylor and Bijan. Yeah, I mean, what's this, Madden? It's going to happen. That's going to happen. We need to replace both safeties. Why? What Hooker do? Hooker ain't do shit wrong. Leave Hooker alone. He playing good this season. Look at Donovan Wilson. Watch this shit. Let's just watch what I'm about to do a long breakdown on Dono. Look at this shit. Look, this is all Dono. Watch this. Let me move this out your way. Boom. Let me move me out your way. Matter of fact, boom. Watch this. Let's just watch Donovan Wilson in coverage. Watch him over. Dono suck. He's the target on every concept deep. Every last one of them. Watch. Every one of them. That's who they targeting. Why? Because they watch film too. So there's no way you watching this film after paying Donovan Wilson and say that this what you're watching on film is good enough to start in the NFL. It is not, folks. He is not good enough to be in this motherfucking game no more. He is not it no more, man. You're not it. I can't deal with Buddy. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Just watch. Just watch. Over and over again. You get cooked. This time I think it's Hooker. Got beat on that one. But watch this play. Now Hooker and Dono both deep. Both. Now this is your zone. Boom. He run right by y'all. Like that don't make no sense. Now watch Dono deep on this one. Donovan Wilson is coming across the screen right now. Boom. Look at he's chasing the play right there. He gains no ground. First off, what were you doing? I don't even know what he was doing here. Watch this. Let's see where the ball gets in the air, where 6 is. 6 is over here. Okay, boom. Now he stops his feet and just lets him run right by him. Boom. I don't know what the fuck he be doing. Every big play last season, I swear to God, almost every big play last season went straight at him. Watch this. This is Carolina. Watch this. Boom. Watch Dono. Now your safety's supposed to keep the lid on your defense. He cannot do that anymore. Even when you give him cushion, he get run by. There is no reason for him to be on the field ever again for the Dallas Cowboys. I can't look. Yeah, I mean he couldn't help with the top there, but still, you suck. He sucks. There go Diggs not knowing what the fuck he's supposed to be doing. Diggs has too many mental lapses because he, like Parsons, they rely on their athleticism, but they're not students of the game. They need to be students of the game. I don't think Diggs is because Diggs keeps getting confused on basic shit. Basic shit. You should not be being confused, especially when you were out. As long as you were out, if you were out like injured, you should be in your fucking playbook. You should know the plays. You should know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because you're watching all the plays. You should be like a fucking sideline coach. When a quarterback's out, what does the quarterback do? He puts the headset on and he learns the fucking playbook. Well, you should do that on defense too, Dippy. I don't like what I saw out of Diggs, but I can live with Diggs because I know we've dealt with this before. I'm like, all right, we know you're going to turn it up. I hope. And if he doesn't, then he can go too. But as far as right now is concerned, Donovan Wilson is my target, man. That's my target. I don't bang with Donovan Wilson. Let's see what's happening here. Boom. These all explosives. Man, it just rained down on us. All right, let me go in here and start talking some more. They get zero pressure on the quarterback. That ain't true. They could have gotten pressure on the quarterback if someone was covering. Like it's just you let people run right by you. The quarterback don't gotta hold the ball, so they're gonna throw the ball right over here. They got beat constantly by the deep ball, 100%. What's up, player? What's up with you, man? Marvin Sane, he said, just sign Clowney, now go trade for a safety. He said, fake, bro. You said it's all fake. I was screaming at my TV, put Thomas in there. Dig played like a bitch. Free Wanye. Yeah, hashtag everybody on here go hashtag free Wanye. Not free Wanye, but play Wanye. Hashtag play Wanye. Agent Sayu, you gotta, you know what I'm talking about. Let me see what I'm saying. Wanye Thomas time. Not only Donald's slow, but his angles are awful. Yep. People, please believe me, it's fake. I do believe you though. I believe Vegas probably made a phone call like, yo, we gotta make this a burner. They also need to think about replacing Sanborn too. They need someone who can run. Sanborn played okay. He's not fast as hell, but he plays okay. I didn't have a problem with Sanborn. I got to watch on film, but I don't think Sanborn was that much of a problem. But at the end of the day, they already know Morris Leofile and Clark and Demo are guys that are going to be here and replace Sanborn anyway. You don't need to go find a replacement. Shout out to Kenneth Murray, man. Everybody was hating on him. Kenneth Murray was really balling out there. Donald thinks he's faster than he really is. Yeah. This looked like the Calvin Johnson game in 2013. It did. Plus, got to get him going. You can't get nobody going if you got a glaring hole in your defense. That's like saying we got to drive the car and there ain't no battery in there. Like it don't matter what if this brand new, it still ain't going. You ain't gonna get nothing going without the battery. Dono ain't it. Dono is an undersized linebacker. Dono is a bench player who's being paid as a starter. He's stealing money right now. Not even because he don't wrap up. Yeah, he's not even a tackler no more. You have to use Wanye and draft a safety. You know they drafting a safety now. Yep. Jay Bryan, Akoye, what's up, brother? I think Giants beat the scheme in some cases. Donovan Wilson needs to sit by the Mozzie standard. Facts. If you're gonna say that Mozzie needs to be consistent, last year, and I'm not saying this just because I've been defending Mozzie, but I'm dead serious. I looked at it because I wanted to know, and I got it for y'all right here. All the big runs, all the big throws. Now you would think the way we treat Mozzie right now, he was the culprit in every big explosive run, especially ones in the middle, which they didn't really do that much of. They were on the edges, so really it was Parsons and D Law and whoever was supposed to be setting the edges. But those were our explosive runs were. Explosive passes and runs, though. Dono gave up way more plays last year than anybody on the team. It shouldn't even be, that should be illegal to give up that many plays. And I just showed y'all 3 different times, and that's 2 different films. I have a bunch of footage of it. Look, I got third downs, I got, you know, whatever you need, I got it. I already cut the film. I told y'all just really watch. I'm weird. I watch film for no reason. So let's just watch some shit. Let me see what I got. What this is. Coverages. Boom. Let me see what this is. Boom. No, I don't want that one. That ain't it. Remove that. Let's see what we got here, man. But I got a bunch of footage of Donovan Wilson and this defense giving up dumbass plays. Let's see. Let's watch some Wanye. Let me see what Wanye out here doing. Let me get Wanye involved, man. Where Wanye at? Boom. These are Wanye plays. Donovan Wilson ain't make none of these plays last season. Wanye coming out smacking. This is him covering. Well, now on this play, this actually is Donovan Wilson and Jordan Lewis on that one. But he's covering tight ends. He's covering wide receivers. I love what I see in Wanye Thomas. Like I haven't cut this up or edited it, so it's kind of bad because you don't even know where he is on this fucking field. But you know, if you find 30, you found him. Yeah, I should have did that. Probably shouldn't even show y'all the film until I'm able to do that because I don't feel like doing all the extra. But you can see in the film who's getting cooked or who's gonna keep getting roasted. That play, Wanye in his hip pocket. Who got beat? Watch this. Let's watch this play. Boom. All right. So on this one, boom, boom. Wanye taking the tight end across the field. Now watch Donovan at the bottom of the screen against Kittle. Now who decided that Kittle and he just let him run right by him? Boom. Kittle's cooked him. He gonna get cooked over and over and over again, bruh. This is Wanye. Boom. Against Waller. Boom. He makes plays. Donovan Wilson keep getting cooked, man. That's the wrong film. I got more. Let me put something in that's already cut up, though. I don't like the way that look. Too hard to look at. Boom. All right, so there you go, Wanye. You can watch that while I talk. But it's just crazy to me that Donovan Wilson's still in there. Wanye need to be playing. Diggs wasn't great, but if he's passing the player off, it looks like he's passing the players off. He is, or he was on certain plays. I think Diggs and CD want to get traded. Wanye needs to play, and this is Jerry saying play him, and Bell needs to play. Wanye needs to play this. Jerry saying play him, and Bell needs to play. Jerry said that? Is that what you're saying? Jerry said, if Jerry said it, good, play him. Hooker straight. Wilson got to go. Yeah, Hooker is good. I like Hooker this season. Because Jerry makes the calls, these players will play, and this is what we must be on the field. That's all you have to use. Yep. Giants might be good again. I doubt it. Don't get crazy. Giants ain't good. Y'all in here talking crazy too. Hold on. He said cap artist coaching like a pussy. You can move back depending on the final record. Dylan Thainman, and y'all talking about safeties already. Y'all already talking about the draft? Damn, y'all soft. We just won the game. Y'all talking about the draft? I mean, are you seriously? Are you just saying we need a safety? Are you saying the season over? Like, which one you doing? That's crazy. That's crazy. Uh, yeah, Donovan Wilson been legit bad for like 3 years. That's factual. Donovan Wilson and Hooker was the scrub. Yep. Not Hooker. Hooker wasn't playing bad this game. When they tried that against Reddy, whatever his name is, Reddy Thomas. I don't fucking know his name. Reddy Stewart and Hooker on the other side, they stopped it. So then they went right back to Dono again. Today's game is the epitome of the last 10 years. We should be immune to this. Go boys. Yeah, I'm not immune to that. Not that type of I haven't seen us play that bad defense since what's his name? Coach Nolan. Ferguson is not the same. Yeah, what happened to him? We need Simmons. Who's Simmons? If they're going to keep throwing this dink and dunk passes to the running back, they need to get Blue in the game. Why? He looked good doing it. We were fine. Javante turned the clock back. How did he turn the clock back like he old? He not old. Y'all keep talking like Javante Williams, an old player. He young. He just tore his ACL. And he was just whooping up on our ass 2 years ago. He not old. He just once he tore his ACL, you know it's gonna be a year before you get back right. Cooper BB is out. Yeah, he hurt. I think he got a high ankle sprain. Miles Sanders TD is equal to Dono's interception. In the wise words of Gandalf, "You shall not pass." I love the fans, man. Y'all on my mind anyway. I don't love all of them. Yeah, some of y'all crazy. Bird got like 14 targets. He is not being ignored. We looked better in our loss last week, funny enough. Well, not the offense. The offense looked better this week. If the defense did what they did last week, we would be better. But also, Bland, this shows you how powerful and how important Bland is to the secondary. I want Blue playing. I don't know. He good, but stunts make a fool out of him. You talking about BB. And he's supposed to be smart, right? CT, Akoye, what's up, brother? He said, look like Dallas defense flew black from the Crawford fight on a red eye. They probably did, because I know I did. I was up late last night at 3 o'clock in the morning breaking it down. Hopefully we make the change at safety, and D. Wilson's eyes is always in the backfield. Yep. He never sends a blitz because that ain't his style. Every possession they need at least one throw it up to Pickens' play. Yeah, Pickens was drawing PIs like crazy. He did a good job. Donald led number one behind him and trying to chase was comical. He kept doing it too, like he was going to catch him. Like he was baiting. He acted like he was baiting something. Like, bruh, I didn't see the interception. I was too pissed off. When he needs to be the guy, he is. Do you think Micah was still out there the way the D line is running stunts? You think Micah is still out there the way the D line is running stunts? I mean, the D line, I can't say that they weren't playing well. They just you got to cover long enough for them to get there. We weren't doing that. Russell Wilson had time because by the time he got to the top of the drop, guys wide open. It ain't real hard if you can't get a guy off of his first read. If all he got to do is go in, rookie quarterback could kill you doing that. If you're just going back, dropping back, hitting your first read, and nobody's taking you off your first read, meaning they're not covering your first option, so that you have to now, go through your progressions, then you're gonna kill any team. That's college football right there. That's high school shit. That was high school ball right there. Adam Schefter said Clowney is signed according to Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones wants us to shut up, basically. Inside the 10, ignore it. He another Roy. No, don't do that to Roy Williams. Roy Williams' problem was he is not a deep safety. Roy Williams can play safety, but he can play in the box like Cam Chancellor. You don't put Cam Chancellor single high or too high. He's not a too high safety that covers half the field. Roy Williams is a safety. Well, anyway, you know what it is. He had a coaching change and he started sucking after that. Donald Wilson, it doesn't matter what you put him in, he's trash. My issue with Tolbert is he don't have a mean bone in his body. I don't know about the bones in his body. All I know is he made some plays today. Yes, cap artists, blitzes. We don't have a pass rush. Yeah, we do need to blitz sometime. How much longer for Overshawn? Overshawn will be back in November, I think. He said, why ain't need to happen now? I think he will. He said his time is hurt. He was hurt. He was listed as hurt during the week, but he played in this game. Uh-huh. He said, totally agree. Said Donald just Jeff Heath. No, Jeff Heath is better than Donovan Wilson. You crazy? Jeff Heath made plays like that play he made against the Raiders where he knocked the ball out when Carr was dot. Like he made plays. Donovan Wilson made some plays too, but he don't make plays in coverage. Yeah, you did say that. He said he make a big play, then make a spark play that make you think he got value. No, he don't got no. Donald got tapes on Jerry Jones with Epstein. He probably do, but you better watch your mouth, man. I was watching that. I was watching the Charlie Kirk shooting, and it's some wild stuff there, man. If you got some weed and you want to go on a deep dive, just go dive into that footage. That's better than the man, Zabuter, the JFK footage. I can't say that fucking name. Zabuter. I can't say that fucking Zabut. I can't do it. I must be like, I don't know. Something wrong with me. Dono needs to play on special team. He ain't special. They can work at free safety. I'm just reading all your shit. He said, unfortunately, Dono he does just enough to stay on the field. Especially the example, the interception. So all the other BS will be overlooked. No, it will not. It can't possibly be. If you say that, hey, Mozzie make a play here and there, but then we need him to be consistent, that's the standard that I'm going off of. So if you say that, this is what I'm saying. This is what you gotta be saying to all of the reporters. If the standard is that we need consistency out of these players, especially the young players, then you can't consistently give up. You can't give up more bombs and more yards than a little bit and then save yourself with one interception. You cannot do that. That's over. So that's what got to be said. Get on Twitter and go ham. He said amazing creations. It's called kickoff punt coverage. Dono can't cover. As you get older, you're supposed to be smarter and rely on athleticism less. Dono doesn't do that because Dono got an injury like 2 years ago to his calf, I think, and I think he just ain't there. But Dono never was like a cerebral player. He was just a physical guy. Diggs will make more plays than he gives up, so I can live with it. Just give him a safety. Dono got to be a box safety strictly. If you think Dan the man, if you think you can't hide a safety in coverage because as I just showed you on the film a minute ago, when you get into complex coverages, especially when you're in the red zone, they're going to target him, and he got to answer the bell, and he cannot. So you can't hide him in coverage. Natasha Lewan, she said, "Am I missing something, or Dak like Tolbert more than the starters?" No, the starters are actually double covered. Did you see CeeDee Lamb being double teamed the whole game? And then George Pickens they were tilting coverage to George Pickens and bracketing CD. So Ferguson got a lot of targets and Tolbert got a lot of targets because they said these two guys aren't going to beat us. So you got to throw it somewhere, don't you? All right. So no, I don't think he likes Tolbert more, but he trusts Tolbert because I think he works with Tolbert a lot. Tolbert like his Jimmy Henchman. We are packing a strong safety. We need him gone. Kept telling people we live or die on Dak's arm. You said that, every year, bro. You've been saying it even when Dak sucks. You say it. Ken lied. Play Wanya. Yep. Hashtag play Wanya. Y'all go ahead and put that out there, man. Yo, Akoye, don't know if you covered this already, but how do you feel about Bud versus Canelo? There's a whole video on it. I did like an hour last night at 3 o'clock in the morning on that. So when you get off here, just go on my page and just type in their names. You're going to see the video. But yeah, I did like a whole hour on that. Is it because we don't know how to play zone or are we just slow? I think guys know how to play zone, but match man, I think we're better at match man than we are anything else. Not really zone. It's like playing man in your zone. We're better at that than we are at just standard zone. We don't have zone players outside. Well, Bland is a zone and man cover guy, and so is Diggs. Diggs is better at zone than he is at man, but his eyes lie to him because he gets caught looking in the backfield or gets caught trying to bait guys and loses. King Reezy, what's up, man? He said, "What's the deal, Akoye, man? Our safety play gross until the end. Not Hooker. I'm not gonna blame Hooker. I'm gonna blame Dono. I think Hooker and them got split one time. They did, and I think that got called back too. And that's the crazy thing. It was plays that got called back that was crazy. So This defense was even worse than we thought. They was bailing us out with holds in the beginning. Marquise Bell need to play. I wouldn't mind both of them playing, but I know these safeties done. Somebody need to tell Dono we don't need your help stopping the run this year. We don't need your help on the field, bruh. We don't need you. If they keep Wilson out there, then obviously not. They're not trying to win for real. That's a fact. Real deal use that Mozzie treatment for everyone. That's a fact. If you're gonna tell me he can't even sniff the field, and I've watched him play good ball in real games, and y'all talking about he don't practice good enough, but he plays real ball good enough, don't make no sense if you ain't gonna bench Dono. That then you lose credibility immediately. You can't tell me that you have a standard that you're trying to hold yourself to, and then you got guys like Dono that can't be benched. No, I don't think so. He got to get benched. It's time. See, Akoye, it's scripted, and the players are the actors, and Dono plays his part admirably. What's his part? What's his part? Cheers. A little tipsy. Most content creators talk about Mozzie all offseason. Didn't mention safeties. I even asked, and it was as if the need wasn't there. It was rained down on Mozzie. You know why? Because, okay, I'm gonna tell you why I always seem like I'm up against everybody. Because I am, but it's a reason for that. I don't watch, and I don't have a need to be. I'm not hating, but I don't have a need to appease anybody. So if I'm not interviewing players, I'm not interviewing coaches, I'm not with the reporters. They know me, but I don't care what they say because I don't answer to them. I don't live in Dallas either, right? So most of the time, I don't even know that what I'm saying might be directly offending somebody. Like when I met Nosey, I didn't even know who I was arguing with. I'm like, who is Patrick Nosey? I didn't know who he was. But everybody like, well, you're debating Patrick Nosey. I don't know who that is. I'm just debating a guy on Twitter. I didn't know who he was. Once I realized who he was, I was like, oh, I realized why people were making a big fuss about it. And we squashed him. Nosey cool as hell. Like we talked on the phone and everything. I didn't know who I was talking to. And it wasn't like if I did, I would have changed what I felt. But I wouldn't have took everything he was saying as personal. I don't think he would have either. I think he took me personal because he knows who I am and he thought like I was coming for him. And I wasn't trying to erode his credibility. So that's what I mean. I don't watch anybody. So sometimes I can get out there and say things that I don't even know I'm offending certain people. But the reason they was raining down on Mozzie all offseason is because it's an easy target. Just like when the reason I started, they rained down on Dez because the media is already doing it. So you're not going to be looked at as a guy standing out on a ledge when you make these takes about a guy that everybody else is already making these takes about. You know what I'm saying? It's easy. It's easy to do. Whereas when you say things that I say, you standing out there on a ledge for real. Sometimes you're going to be right. Sometimes you're going to be wrong. Sometimes you're going to offend people. Sometimes you're going to be like, the savior. It don't matter, but you out there nonetheless. And that's the reason you don't see that in most people. They're just going to say what's popular to or about whomever. 6 ain't it. I'd rather have Jeff Heath. That's something to say, ain't it? If the films was if it's film facts when Akoye get to squinting at the screen. Yeah, I ain't got my glasses. Where they at? I think they upstairs. And I'm tipsy. I mean, drinking that 1800, having some fun. That ain't a commercial though. I don't think I'm even allowed to do that, am I? Okoye defense making Dak earn a league MVP. He ain't gonna get no league MVP. Fuck you, though. Deep middle of the field. He said deep middle of the field, and Donald still hasn't learned what that zone actually means. How you even stay in the league? I don't get it. You're a veteran. You should know what's going on by now. If you're getting beat underneath, I would be okay with it. Because then I'm like, all right, well, at least you covered the deep ball and then you came back and took a bad angle to the ball and the guy just caught and ran on you. Okay, I can live with that. But to keep getting people behind you, don't make no sense. Hooker having to play 2 positions out there on the back end. Yep, because he ain't got no help. Dono need to go. Okay, next game I want to see what Clowney is going to do. Sit on the bench probably because they're going to say he's not to the standard that we need him to be at to beat out guys like somebody who shouldn't be playing. Russell Wilson turned the clock back until that pick. Yep. That bum Terrence still needs to sit. Hoffman at left guard, Tyler Smith at left tackle, and Guyton at right. Nah, they're not gonna do that. His vision ain't there for real. Yep, he need my glasses. Cowboys by Nature said, Akoye, what's the name of your boxing channel? Can I get the link? Yes. Let me give you the link. Let me give you all the link to the page. Oh, that's the stream link. Let me go to the. It's on my phone, not the computer. All right, I will post it. Hold on a second. I don't. Akoye knows boxing. Just type in Akoye knows boxing on YouTube. That's all, and you'll find it. What's up, Akoye? Yo, what's up, Cowboys 1986? He said Javante a beast. Yeah, Javante 25 years old. They talk like they said he turned back the clock. I'm like, y'all act like he 32. He said, I gotta buy me a lottery ticket. First boxing and now football. Akoye is on business. Yeah, that's facts. Cowboys won and won. Me 2K. They won you 2K and a $5 bet. How the hell they do that? Damn, you should have sent the parlay, pimp. Damn, Brody. Cowboys should have rolled them Giants. He said 29 plus 2,900 cashed. What the hell did you put the pick up? Whatever your parlay was, put it up. I gotta verify this, man. What you put up there, man? I mean, probably something crazy. Use one of those picks for a young safety. Nah, need to go get a safety now. Go trade a first round pick for Derwin James and call it a day. Go get Derwin and somebody. Tober looks terrible sometimes out there. He looks average out there, not terrible. Use one of those first round picks on Caleb Downs from Ohio State. I don't want no young safety. Give me somebody that can play already. I don't want to wait. Akoye, what do you think about the penalties this game? Against us or against the Giants? I think the Giants penalties some of them were they just doing crazy shit. I think they were just a little too hyped. The Giants like the new Raiders. They just do wild shit. They are in New York. It is a crazy place. I think a couple of ours were ticky tack like that GP Joan. I'm like, yo, y'all calling pass interference on nothing. So I thought that the refs were doing what they could to try to keep the game like compelling or close with the calls. They were making crazy calls at times that I thought would just didn't need to make. Like that ticky tack call was crazy. Like they wanted us to lose in the end. Said Fluss need to switch it up. I can't with Tolbert anymore, bro. Soft. How y'all still mad? Tolbert made plays. He made some catches in this game that was nice. Y'all still mad at Tolbert. I don't get the Tolbert hate. And y'all ain't mad at y'all wasn't mad at Donald last year, none of that, but y'all mad at Tolbert. That's why I don't listen to nobody. Because it's like I can understand if you're mad at Tolbert, you gotta hate. You should have hated Donald a long time ago. I don't get how he flew under the radar for so long. And y'all can't say y'all was mad at him until today. I've been. Now you can go on Twitter and see I've been talking about him, but can't say y'all was mad at him until today. I haven't heard nobody talk about Donald getting off the team until today. Penalty on every kickoff for us. That's crazy. Super trash. It is. Said Turpin is better than Tolbert. Duh. The sun shines every morning. Like, what else is new, Big Tarzan? You ain't give me no new information there. Keep going, sir. Enjoy your content. Thanks, PJ, man. He said, I think the Cowboys are waiting for Demo to get back before they make a change at linebacker. Of course they are. Yep, go check it out. Match man should be the defense. Yeah, we play good match man. That's what we did against the Eagles. I don't know why we were playing just like zones, area zone this game. We play match man pretty good. So does like Kenneth Murray plays zone and man and match man and everything. His coverage is crazy. I love what I saw in Kenneth Murray last week. Nobody liked what they saw last week because he was just covering, right? He didn't do a lot of run stopping because they didn't do a lot of running. But this week, he was everywhere. I like what Kenneth Murray gave us. Giants will go back to being the Giants next week. They just played their Super Bowl. They played their Super Bowl today. We play too much zone and off ball. Yeah, I mean, of course. The whole idea, though, in playing off ball and zone is to try to take the deep ball away so that you throw the ball in front of the defense and they get to rally to the ball and they get to keep their eyes on the ball. You need a pass rush, though, which is why Jadeveon Clowney was signed, because if you're not getting there fast enough to the quarterback, then your zone, they're going to take the lid off your zone anyway. But at the same time, if you're just letting the first option run right by you, your pass rush ain't going to get there either. So they work hand in hand. Donald, get ready to learn Chinese, buddy. It goes send him to the China League. Bell had too many penalties on special teams. Oh yeah, by the way, I knew Bud would give Canelo that work. I thought so initially, and then Boots training with him made me change things. And I was studying, preparing for the fight, and I watched the Madrimov fight, and I said, "Oh, if Bud sit there and let Canelo tee off on him like he let Madrimov tee off on him, he ain't gonna beat him." But he did that. So I got all the respect in the world for Bud, because he shouldn't have been able to win doing what he did. We don't have leaders who are willing to speak the truth. Content creators are lazy and they are followers. One person says something, everyone goes with it. Yep. And then when I go against the grain, they back. Even my friends, man. I ain't gonna say no names, but it's people that I bang with that you notice, very few people repost my shit that's not a fan. It's not like, but shout out to Law. Law will do it. Rome does repost, you know what I mean? J Tuck, those guys do. But a lot of guys don't repost my shit because, and I understand, it's like you might be sitting next to the guy that I'm ethering. So it's like, that's an uncomfortable conversation when you're like, damn, you sharing a guy's content who trashing me right now. You know what I'm saying? So I get why they don't, but people don't reshare or repost my shit. Because they don't want to be on the wrong side of history a lot of the times. Without Micah, we need to rush 5 every chance we get. That's true. My two problem players last year were DeMarcus Lawrence and Donovan Wilson. We got rid of D-Law. I think it's an addition by subtraction. I think sitting Dotto is the same thing. He's been a liability. King Reezy says, hey, good people, show love to his Cash App. They demonetize his channel. Nobody works for free. I do, apparently. You know what I'm saying? But they demonetize me because I show so much film. And film is what I do, so I'm not gonna stop doing it. I did for a year because I was pissed off that they demonetized me. Then I appealed like 4 times. They keep doing it. So I did, but I said, look, do I not do what I love to do because they demonetized me as if I needed the money anyway? No, I didn't need it. And I want it, obviously. Who don't want money? But it's not like I was living off of it anyway. So I ain't care. I said, all right, I make enough money to sit here and do what I want to do anyway. But yeah, like Reezy said, show some love. Can't wait. Hold on, I'm just show y'all this. That's the Cash App right there. Formless $4MLESS. Okay. Let me see who was next. He said, I can't wait for Dak's era to be over. Damn, dog. I don't know why you said that. 3rd and 50, and Donald lets the receiver behind him sit in the end zone. God damn it. Yo, at the end of the game, when Russell Wilson threw that ball, I said, yo, ain't no way. Ain't no way, bruh. That's wild. They said Minka Fitzpatrick. Somebody just traded for Minka Fitzpatrick. They ain't gonna give him up. Whoever just traded for him wants him. He said, yeah, I was just Donald can't cover. He's a good thumper, but he's not good at coverage. He ain't good at thumping neither. None no more. Russ almost gave the Giants his game. That Pickett's offensive call was insane. Yep. Said they are followers. Akoye, Tolbert is okay, but he makes too many mental mistakes. I don't think Tolbert is the problem either, man. I agree with you. To go at Tolbert consistently, what do you want him to be? He's a 4th receiver on his team. He's the 5th option, really, behind Ferguson, Turpin, GP, and CD. And then even the running backs are probably more targeted than he is. So why are we mad at the 5th, 6th target? He ain't the target. If he was my number 2 receiver, oh yeah, we can get him. But nah, he ain't. I mean, he doing what you would do as a 5th receiver, blocking, running the guys who run the rub routes to get guys open and so on. The guys who do the dirty work to get guys open, who do the blocking, that's Tolbert. He said, Akoye, come on, man. You know Tolbert is on thin ice. Thin ice with who? I don't think he is. I think you're wrong on that. The coaches like Tolbert. They really do. They don't like Mozzie. They like Tolbert. I'm not mad at Tober. I'm mad at Dono. I have been for 3 years. Yep. I think when Dak throws to Tober, he's legitimate. He'd be legitimately surprised. Yo, man. Yo, y'all dirty, man. He was a dirty ball. He said, throw that zone ish out the window. Defense got cooked. We ain't Eberflus don't call man plays that often. Why aren't the safeties ever around the deep ball? They are. They are. It's just Hooker, the only one that know how to do it. I believe some fans have one play bias. They see one good play and ignore 60 trash plays, like with Dono. Yep. I used to see that with D Law all the time. D Law would shoot the B gap, right? Like he'll have a game where he's killing it. Matter of fact, Chicago game was a perfect game example for that. He kept shooting the B gap all day, and Justin Fields killed us, right? And he hit Justin Fields twice. He sacked him once, got 2 tackles for loss doing it. So he had 3 or 4 plays behind the line of scrimmage, and people like D Law had a great game. I was arguing with people saying, "How the hell he have a great game when all the yards and the touchdowns went his way?" Now he made 3 plays behind the line of scrimmage, but he gave up like 7, maybe 10 plays to his side and some touchdowns. I would rather you do nothing and just set the edge and give up no yards to your side than get me 3 sacks and give up all the yards and touchdowns to your side. I mean, I'd rather you get no interceptions and no one throw the ball at you than get me 3 interceptions, but you give up 200 yards your way and 3 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? So people just don't pay attention. Eberflus be tripping. We might as well hire the old DC back. Yeah. What's up, fam? Hopefully, BB and Turpin are okay. Turp had a neck injury. BB has an ankle injury. Yep, that's a fact. Why isn't anyone mad with Osa? Osa has been. Oh man, let me let y'all see the behind the scenes real quick. Matter of fact, y'all want to see the behind the scenes for the Micah Parsons Akoye? I'll let y'all see what I'm working on real quick, just because y'all here and this is what I've been doing. This is why uh I'm not supposed to be live right now. Let me just let y'all see this real quick. Behind the scenes. Where we at? With window, boom. All right, share. Let me go back to that. Where y'all at? All right. Boom, boom, boom. All right. And boom. Let me take you out of here. All right, I'm gonna go back to my screen. Yep, this is what I'm working on, y'all. But it's funny that y'all brought up Osa. Let me take you to Osa's footage. I was watching Osa too, and I was like, you was like, why ain't nobody mad at Osa? I said the same thing when I was watching this footage right here. Let me show you Parsons in the playoffs. Yeah, I think we right over here with it. Yeah. Yep. It was Osa in this part of the footage too, right there. Boom. I don't know if y'all can hear that. Can y'all hear that? Let me see. I want to turn the sound off. But let me know if y'all can y'all hear this when I'm playing it? All right. Somebody tell me real quick before I go back over that screen. Um, um, he said Tober has to go. Hold on. Y'all can hear this? Where's Osa? It's like they part like the Red Sea in the middle of the field. Let everybody play Where's Osa in the run game. Gone. Where's Osa? Now Micah Parsons is outside, but somebody's supposed to be in there. Where's Osa? Let's watch. So you right about that. There go Osa right there. Boom. I said that Osa's been an issue as well. That's what made me actually say like y'all on point with that. Watch this again. Boom. Micah chopped down. Osa out the way and Hankins on the ground. Boom. They was getting ran through, man. All right, hold on. That's a little sneak peek. I ain't gonna show y'all no more than that. Let me get back over there. Boom. Stop sharing. Little sneak I don't want to put too much of it. I said no audio. Good. All right. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm working on though. It's called Micah Parsons Akoye. It'll be out Tuesday. I'll be done with all the edits, but it's about to that's the sickest video I think I've ever done, as far as edits are concerned. And audio. I think it's a good job, man. Y'all gonna enjoy it. It's breaking down everything Micah for the last 4 years leading up to the trade. So y'all know how I do a Akoye piece the same way I did with Mike McCarthy. So you guys will enjoy that. It'll be great. But definitely in closing, because I have to run to the city real quick. Donovan Wilson needs to be benched. It's your responsibility. Y'all wanna create trends, right? Then the trend you need to create is get Donovan Wilson the hell off our field. I'm about to tweet some shit. Go on my Twitter and repost. Everybody on here, all 80 of y'all, please repost what I'm about to send you. Not because I don't get paid from Twitter. I'm just doing it because I want somebody to say it. Somebody got to speak it. And I'm going to say it. I'm going to say, why is Donovan Wilson still starting if the standard is consistency? That's all you got to say. That's all I'm saying. So go on my Twitter and repost and then hashtag start Wanye Thomas. Okay. Because we gotta get the message to Jerry. You know what I mean? That these dudes gotta go. He said Flip Wilson. These dudes gotta go, bro. Yeah, real shit. But I gotta run to the city real quick. I gotta go meet somebody. So I gotta go. But I'm about to tweet that. And then y'all do what y'all gotta do, man. But I had to jump on here and just, decompress for a second. I'm going to really get into the film once they release it, and then I'll probably calm down a little bit. But right now, I ain't feeling it. Okoye, safe travels while you're out, and have a good rest of your evening. Same here, brother. Same here. Talk to y'all soon. Asmodeus, I ain't seen you in a minute, man. You must have found Jesus. No pun intended. I love Jesus.